Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing my first cook with me. So in this time of quarantine, there are a lot of different things we're all figuring out to do in order to keep ourselves busy. So tonight I am making meatball sub, and I'm using Chef Resha's dish from Cardinal Dish, and I'll leave the link down below. And also FYI, even if you don't see me washing my hands, I'm doing it several times, especially after I touch meat. So if you have not heard of Chef Resha, I use several of her recipes, this being one of them. And her food is just, it's so good. And hold on, I need a spatula. Okay. So anyway, so I'm using 1 pound of chopped meat. I'm adding a cup of yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic. As a matter of fact, why don't I put everything in and then I'll come back and I'll tell you what's all in the bowl. Right back. Okay, so I have everything in my bowl, and what I have is 1 pound of ground beef, and that's 80-20, 1 cup of diced yellow onions. She does give you the option of using a jalapeno, but I prefer not to. I'm not a big fan of really spicy foods. 3 cloves of garlic minced, a 1/3 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino. I decided to use Parmigiano Reggiano because that's the one that we prefer. A large egg, 2 tablespoons of parsley, 1/4 cup of whole buttermilk, breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, crushed red pepper flakes, kosher salt, black pepper, herb de Provence, and extra virgin olive oil. And again, I'm gonna leave the link to Chef Resha's site down at the bottom because it's so good. So after this, all you have to do is mix everything up, and I probably should be mixing with my hands to get a really good mixture going, but because I don't want to touch everything and then have to wash my hands 50 million times, I'm going to use my spatula for now. And so after this, what we're going to do is roll them into meatballs, and then they're going to go in the oven for a pretty brief time. Let me check the recipe. What did it say? Okay. Oh, 8 to 10 minutes. All right. So 8 to 10 minutes, and I actually see a couple onions that were not really diced up that greatly, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just really want to make sure that everything gets touched by every ingredient. So I think I folded that in there enough. And so I'm going to roll my balls, and what she said what she said in the recipe was to make them like small ping pong balls. So what I'm going to use is my tablespoon. Hold on. My tablespoon, and I'm going to roll those out, and I'm going to switch, put my pan here. Can you see that? Okay. So I'm going to put my pan there, and I'm going to just start rolling them out. Okay, so these are all done. Now I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'll be back for the cheese mixture. Okay, so what I have in the cheese mixture is whole milk ricotta, cream cheese, whole milk mozzarella, Parmigiano Reggiano, egg, and then, ooh, too much salt. Salt and pepper. If I can get the pepper open. And I'm just going to mix this up to get it to a good consistency. And then when the meatballs come out, you'll see what I'm doing with that. This is definitely not for you if you are lactose intolerant. You should definitely stay away from this recipe because it is heavy on the lactose. Oh, I wish I could smell those meatballs. I can smell them already. And now with the marinara sauce part, you do have the option of making your own, but who has time for that? And it was on sale really cheap at Kroger. So I got a couple. And that sound you hear, that is me opening up the garbage drawer that I have right in front of me. So I'm just gonna let this hang out for a minute while I wait for the meatballs to get done. And I'm gonna line my pan that they're actually gonna bake in, and I will be back. All right, we are back. Let me adjust that pan a little bit so you can see it. And what we have to do now is spread the cheese mixture all in the bottom of the pan. And the meatballs are gonna go on top of it. Don't worry, it'll make sense when you see them come out. And I remember what she said in the recipe was to create kind of a wall of cheese around the perimeter. I don't know if that actually adds anything to the recipe, but I tend to follow her directions pretty closely because I've used several of her recipes and they have yet to disappoint. I want to get this off. I don't want to waste a bit of my cheese mixture. So now I need my tongs. Hold on, hold that thought. Okay, now I'm going to take the meatballs and place them in the cheese. Oh wow, well that's a little piece of meatball that became stuck. I'm never going to worry about that. I just want everything to get nice and cheesy. And these meatballs literally took 10 minutes at 500 heat. So it wasn't long at all. So honestly, if you prep this ahead of time, oh shoot, wow. It can be a pretty quick recipe, you know, just depending on how much time you have. And it's a Saturday, so I have extra time. I am working from home during this isolation period. So during the week, my attention is always pulled in 3 or 4 different directions. Okay, I think this is the last one. And he is all screwed up, but it doesn't even matter. So now I need my marinara sauce, and I have to remember where I put it. I think in the pantry. No, none in the pantry. Okay, hold that thought. Okay, so like I said, you know, Chef Resha does say, you know, if you want to make your own marinara sauce, that's fine, but I'm definitely not making my own marinara sauce. So I am just going to pour this. Actually, let me shake it first. And I'm just using Prego. And I'm just going to pour that on top. And she did say make sure that each meatball gets covered in sauce. So I am trying to take special care to make sure that each one does. I feel like this pan may be a little too big. I don't remember if this is the one that I used before, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. So the next is for me to sprinkle the leftover mozzarella. And it is a little, well listen, it's only me and my man in here, so he ain't worrying about me using my hands, but I did wash them. In case he ever watches this video, I did wash my hands several times while I was doing this. But my mozzarella kind of got a little stuck together. And then I'm going to take some more of the Parmigiano Reggiano. And I'm going to do another 1/3 cup. Similar to the amount that I put in the cheese mixture. And I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. And I also did lower the oven. The oven was at 500 to cook the meatballs. So I lowered it to 425 as per the instructions. And you know what? I'm actually going to put a little bit more of the Parmigiano Reggiano because we really like it. So now I'm going to pop this in the oven on 425 for about 30 minutes and then we will be ready. So I'll be back with a done dish. All right, y'all, we are all done. And here we go. Ooh, and when I tell y'all that this sucker is hot, I mean it is hot. Hold on, let me get a spoon so you can see here. See that? Ooh, honey, that cheese, that cheese. It is very hot. So we're gonna let this cool off some. And I got some pre-made garlic bread. And I'm just gonna throw this in the oven for about 10 minutes and then we will be ready to eat. All right, y'all, so that concludes my first cook with me. Tell me down in the comments what you think and I'll make sure to leave Chef Resha's link to this recipe. She has some great recipes. I use them a lot for breakfast, some of her vegetables. She has a lot of stuff. Just go to her website and check it out. All right, until next time, y'all.